It is the most pivotal duel in galactic history. Master Yoda stands before Darth Sidious in the Galactic Senate, the fate of the Jedi Order hanging by a thread. In our timeline, Yoda falls, forcing him into exile while the Empire rises. But what if he didn't miss? What if the Grand Master of the Jedi Order struck true and killed the Emperor before his reign truly began? The consequences would shatter the timeline, stranding Anakin Skywalker on Mustafar and throwing the galaxy into immediate, chaotic civil war. The divergence begins in the Senate chamber. In the original timeline, the force of Sidious's lightning disarmed Yoda and sent him tumbling to the floor. But this time, Yoda holds his ground. Channeling 900 years of connection to the Force, he catches the Sith Lord's attack, creating a sphere of pure energy that grows too unstable for the Chancellor to control. Instead of an explosion that knocks them both back, Yoda pushes the energy forward. The blast consumes Palpatine, disintegrating the Sith Lord instantly. The dark shroud over the Force lifts. But the silence that follows is even more terrifying. Yoda stands alone in the empty podium, the victor of the duel. But the war is far from won. With the Emperor dead, the immediate aftermath is chaotic. Palpatine's Red Guards rush in, but without a master to protect, their resolve crumbles against the Grand Master. The real problem is political. Mas Amidala, the vice chair, is cowering in the executive offices. He knows the truth about Palpatine, but he is a bureaucrat, not a warrior. When Yoda confronts him, Amidala has no Sith Lord to hide behind. Terror grips the Senate building as rumors spread that the Jedi have assassinated the Chancellor. This isn't the liberation, yet it looks like a coup. Yoda must act instantly to secure the communication center before Amidala can rally the clone troopers to destroy what is left of the Jedi. While Coruscant falls into confusion, the duel on Mustafar is reaching its climax. Obi-Wan Kenobi and Anakin Skywalker are locked in mortal combat. In the original timeline, Palpatine sensed Anakin's danger and flew to rescue him. Now, that rescue will never come. Yoda rushes to the Jedi Temple's emergency beacon. He cannot stop the clones yet, but he can reach surviving Jedi. He sends a priority signal to Obi-Wan's ship. The Sith Lord is dead. Palpatine is gone. The message plays just as Obi-Wan gains the high ground. The distraction might be small, but for Anakin, the sudden absence of the dark power he was promised shatters his resolve. The promise of saving Padme through Palpatine's power just evaporated. Without Palpatine's shuttle arriving to save him, Anakin Skywalker's fate is sealed. He still burns on the black sands of Mustafar, his injuries too severe for human survival. Without the advanced life support suit Palpatine would have provided. Obi-Wan, seeing the Emperor is dead, does not leave his brother to suffer. He drags Anakin's body from the lava's edge. There is no Darth Vader suit waiting. There is no transformation. Anakin dies on the ash-covered ground of Mustafar, perhaps with a final moment of clarity. As the dark side's grip loosens with Sidious's death, he passes away knowing he destroyed the Order for a lie, leaving Obi-Wan to carry the heavy burden of the Chosen One's failure alone. The death of Anakin Skywalker changes everything for Padmé Amidala. In the original history, she died of a broken heart and the sheer trauma of Anakin's fall. Here, while the heartbreak is still immense, the context is different. Obi-Wan returns to the ship not with news of an enemy who must be fought, but with the body of her husband. The finality of his death allows her to grieve rather than live in terror of what he became. Medical droids on Polis Massa work tirelessly, And without the connection to a living Sith Lord draining her life force, Padme survives the birth of the twins. Luke and Leia are born into the arms of their mother, not hidden away as orphans. Back on Coruscant, the clone troopers are still executing Order 66. The death of the Emperor does not automatically deactivate the inhibitor chips. The clones are biological machines following their last command. Yoda and Bail Organa must physically storm the Chancellor's office to access the central override. They drag Mas Amidala to the transmission console. Under the threat of a lightsaber, the Vice Chair broadcasts the ceasefire code. Across the galaxy, thousands of blasters lower. For many Jedi, it is too late. The temple is already sacked, and the Council is dead. But for those in hiding or mid-fight, the sudden stand-down order saves hundreds of lives that were originally lost in the prolonged purges. The ceasefire brings confusion, not peace. The clones claim the Jedi are traitors. The Jedi claim the Chancellor was a Sith. To prevent total anarchy, Yoda orders a full medical scan of a clone trooper in the Senate building, broadcasting the results live to the galaxy. The discovery of the inhibitor chip proves that the Grand Army of the Republic was hijacked. This revelation destroys the public trust in the military instantly. Systems that were cheering for the Empire just hours ago are now horrified. The narrative shifts from Jedi rebellion to Sith conspiracy. Bail Organa uses this evidence to rally the Senate, preventing the declaration of the Empire. But the Republic is shattered beyond repair. On Mustafar, the Separatist Council lies dead, slaughtered by Anakin before his duel with Obi-Wan. In our timeline, Sidious sent a signal to shut down the droid armies, ending the war to pave the way for his empire. In this new timeline, Yoda and Obi-Wan find the transmission codes on Anakin's ship or in the Mustafar control room. They issue the shutdown order themselves. The Clone Wars end abruptly. Battle droids across thousands of systems simply collapse. There is no victory parade, only a stunned silence. The galaxy is left with two massive, leaderless armies, the clones and the droids, both standing down in the wreckage of a war that was manipulated from the start. Peace does not return easily. While Mas Amidala surrendered, the regional governors and military leaders planted by Palpatine refused to give up power. Wilhuff Tarkin, overseeing the Outer Rim sieges, ignores the stand-down order. He claims the Jedi have seized the Senate and declares martial law in his sectors. The Republic fractures not into a single empire, but into dozens of splinter states run by admirals and moffs who hoard their clone legions. The clones, confused by conflicting orders, are forced to choose sides. Some stay loyal to the Jedi and the Senate. Others follow their direct commanders. The Galactic Civil War begins 20 years early. But it is a war of warlords, not a rebellion. The most dangerous secret of the Sith remains hidden above Geonosis. The Death Star's construction has already begun. With Palpatine dead, the Geonosians are unsure who to serve, until Tarkin arrives to secure the asset. Without the resources of a unified galaxy, construction slows significantly. It won't take 20 years to finish. It might take 40, or never be completed at all. However, Tarkin possesses the plans and the prototype hull. This turns the Geonosis system into a fortress. The Jedi Council, now aware of the superweapon thanks to intelligence recovered from the Chancellor's office, designates the destruction of this station as their primary mission. The first battle of the new war will be for the Death Star plans. The Jedi Order survives, but it is a shadow of its former self. Only a few hundred Jedi remain, scattered and traumatized. Yoda, Obi-Wan, and survivors like Ahsoka Tano and Caleb Dume gather not at the temple on Coruscant, which is ruined, but on a hidden world like Ossus or Tython. They face a crisis of faith. They were blind to the Sith for decades. Yoda, humbled by his near failure, institutes radical changes. The arrogance of the prequel-era council is gone. They abandon their role as generals and return to being peacekeepers. They are no longer an arm of the Senate, but an independent order, roaming the galaxy to protect systems from the raging warlords. With Sidious dead and Vader never created, a massive power vacuum opens in the dark side of the Force. Maul, fresh from the siege of Mandalore, senses this shift instantly. He is no longer hunting Kenobi for revenge. He sees an opportunity to rule. He rallies the crime syndicates, Crimson Dawn, the Pikes, the Hutts, into a third major faction. While the Republic fights Tarkin's warlords, Maul carves out a criminal empire in the Outer Rim. He becomes the primary user of the dark side, perhaps even seeking out a new apprentice. Without the Inquisition to hunt him down, Maul becomes a galactic threat that requires the full attention of Ahsoka Tano and the new Jedi Order. The most beautiful change in this timeline is the childhood of Luke and Leia. They do not grow up on separate planets, ignorant of their heritage. They are raised by their mother Padmé on Naboo. With frequent visits from Uncle Obi-Wan and Master Yoda, they know exactly who their father was. A hero who lost his way. From a young age, they are trained in the Force, but not as traditional Jedi. Padmé ensures they understand politics and compassion, while the Jedi teach them discipline. They become the first of a new generation, powerful in the Force, but grounded in love and family attachment, proving that the old Jedi code was wrong to forbid it. The galaxy does not heal overnight. The civil war against Tarkin's remnants lasts for a decade. The economy is ruined, and trust in the government is low. However, the suffocating darkness of Palpatine's empire never takes hold. There is no Alderaan explosion. There is no suppression of alien species. The Wookiees remain free. The clone troopers are slowly decommissioned and given retirement colonies, treated as veterans rather than discarded equipment. It is a harder life than the peace of the old Republic, but it is a free one. The Senate slowly rebuilds its democracy, stripping away the emergency powers Palpatine accumulated, ensuring that no single individual can ever hold that much power again. Ultimately, the prophecy of the Chosen One is fulfilled in a twisted way. Anakin did not destroy the Sith, but his actions led to the moment where Yoda could. The balance of the Force is restored, not by a single act of redemption aboard the Death Star, but by the survival of the light. The Jedi Order that emerges is stronger because it has tasted defeat. They understand that their strength comes not from dogma, but from their service to life. In this timeline, the Skywalkers are not a tragedy, but the guardians of a new era, proving that even when the galaxy falls apart, it can be put back together. If just one person stands their ground when it matters most, one strike of a lightsaber changed the destiny of trillions. While Anakin Skywalker's tragedy remained, the galaxy was spared the 20-year nightmare of the Empire. We traded the sleek tyranny of order for the messy, difficult work of rebuilding a republic. But millions of lives were saved in the process. It forces us to ask, is a perfect victory ever possible? Or is the best we can hope for simply the chance to keep fighting for the light? If you want to see more alternate timeline theories, make sure to like and subscribe.